RAM. I think there are things going on in my head. Yeah, it's always a busy hive of activity going on. Even before I go to bed, I'm always sort of, I've always sort of had this indulged with music in my head and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Anyways, so there was a song called Dee Profundi on Coy Paradixio, and I wanted to move it over to the YouTube channel. And the song begins with about me waking up as this girl in my head sort of, and as I wake up, I'm by myself. But I saw it had Keara in it, your daughter, was in the video, but it seeed to be very sort of a one-note video to me. It was just sort of Keara and the camera slowly panned in. It was just about sort of dreams, and I wanted to, when I saw the video and I wanted to move over YouTube, it spoke to me that there were a couple of easy things that I could do to sort of set up sort of a dream, and then it just sort of breaks into sort of color and stuff like that. That being said, I was just the way it was sort of laid out, and I sort of had Keara sort of in this sort of dream part. Her beauty is stunning. It really affected me when I saw this video, and yeah, just.
I should like to hear that.
Yeah, and I cut it down. I cut it down into 3 minutes. Actually, like this is the other thing about moving some of these tracks from Coy Paradixio. I wanted to move them into. Yeah, so there's not a. It's just 3 minutes.
All right, so this is Dee Profundi from Coy Paradixio reimagined.
Yeah.
For COVID 2020.
Yeah.
From Byron. Yeah. So without further ado, let's play it. I want to make sure the audio's up. Okay, here we go.
My dreams are always the same. I wake up as you disappear. Things that are impossible. I don't know who I am. It's the world. It's the world revolves around you. And she said, love me for who I am. Take me as I am. Who are you today? And who are you tomorrow? Which one are you today?
Me, I can be only me.
All the world orbits around you. I don't know who I am. You're gonna hate me for this. As I
Yeah. So yeah, I think so I'm interested in what your that font appealed to me because it looked sort of old English, just somebody writing
with a little ink well,
yeah,
and they
right.
kind of spilled a little bit.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about it, I really like it because I like the more. Either I want an established, dignified font, or I want something that looks a little bit. What I find is, like, I wish they wouldn't have put those 2 dots near the A, like the ink drops.
Right.
Because every time I saw the A, the exact same. So I went, okay, manufactured. But I knew it was, but I'm just saying, I wish they would just, because they didn't have those 2 little drops, I would go, oh, I'm not really thinking about that it's a repeating pattern.
I'm gonna redo that. I'm gonna redo that and put it back
Yeah,
on YouTube.
but-
No. But I'm glad you said that. Like that makes sense to me. And it says.
Just wondering why the designer wouldn't just go, those every time it comes up.
It's an easy fix, and
You could mask them out, but that's a lot of work.
oh, it's an easy fix for me, and but that makes sense. So like I'm gonna go back and redo it just to give it more of a real feel and stuff like that. But I even there were some words that I actually typed out, and I couldn't even read what it was saying.
That doesn't, like, revolve was the one.
Right.
But that didn't bother me. I was looking at it like, because you're trying to go, what is that saying? But I hear it, and then it starts to put together. And so it's an image, and I like it. What I would say is, I would like, it's just my own personal thing, introducing the words instead of just boom, and the whole sentence is there, all the time, boom, when it's there. I don't know why I get absolutely transfixed with, I don't want people to read ahead. I don't want you to see anything that hasn't happened yet.
So we've talked about this specific thing about lyrics, and I've tried, like I listen to you and I go back and I try it now. So I actually have the audio track. I'm looking at the audio track, so I can see when my first word is, like, right down to the frame, and I tried to put it like, and I have no feel for.
It has to be there slightly before the word is said.
I don't know what slightly is, and it feels really uncomfortable. So when I look back,
of course you're a musician. You've written
Well,
a gajillion songs.
I know, but to me, in my head, when I see myself just beginning before I say a word, there's something about it goes, okay, that's where the thing goes. If I try and do it before, and then I start thinking, should I put fades in? And then I don't like the fades. I just like the sort of cutting in and cutting out. But yeah, and I just can't get the feel that you're looking for.
Well, no, and the funny thing is that I choose fades way more often than I should. I don't know why. Everybody has a style, and I know there's a lot of people that hate fades, and I'm a fade guy. I think when I'm really uptight to stuff and editing and stuff, I just go, oh, geez, that's hard. That's hard. Because I'm watching it 12,000 times. Cut. And I don't want a long fade, that's for sure. But if I just go fade, it just seems to be...
Well, when you're looking back at your work, I mean, this is one of the things I do, and I talk about tired ears and tired eyes. If you're sitting there in your session and it's later on in the day you've been working on something, you've seen it, as opposed to you come back the next day and you go, I'm horrified, what was I thinking? Like it...
I usually, and maybe it's like you, because I'm laboring over stuff, the next day I'm usually a little more sympathetic. And I remember back to working the project studio, like we always talked about, I got to come up with a rhythm guitar part, a bass part, a piano part, and come up with a stupid little 4-bar solo to bridge these 2 parts together. And I work all day on it, and I go, fuck, it sounds horrible and contrived and awful. I listen back the next day, not that it's the Beatles, but I'm going, it's not that bad. I can live with that. And then I add some stuff on it that might mask it a little more, the things I find are the issues. But I find I'm a little less tough on myself the next day.
I'm incredulous at how different things sound the next day to me or look the next day, and I'm thinking I'm the same person.
Both good and bad, or all good?
Usually it could be both, and I just don't think I had anything to do with it the previous day, and I know the day before when I leave it, I try and leave it the best I can, so I can leave it and go, okay, I'm feeling good, it's saved, I'm going to go to and then. But sometimes when I come back the next day, it takes me an hour to listen to it because I'm freaked out. It's not going to sound like the way it did the night before.
Do you experience this? I'm sure, because we all do. But thank God for undo. You've got something to a point, you go, hey, this is starting to work pretty cool. And then you start pushing the parameters, and after about a half hour, you go, I have totally ruined this thing. Like, where did I go wrong? What path did I take?
Control Z, Control Z, Control
That's
Z,
what I'm saying.
Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z.